Are you the first one up after Mama and Caleb? Did you have good sleep? Oh, wow. Wow. Good morning, Josh. How are you this morning?
Good.
Good. It's beautiful out, huh?
Yeah.
Got some beautiful snow out there. Just a dusting, but it's still really pretty.
Yeah.
Good morning, Edie. Did you have good sleep? Good. Rinsing out your mouth. Somebody else just woke up. Good morning, Beetle. Good morning, Esther Pie.
Good morning.
How'd you sleep?
Pretty good.
Good. You look beautiful this morning.
Thanks.
Good morning, J-Bud.
Good morning.
How'd you sleep?
Good.
Are you ready to go play out in that snow? You're all geared up and ready to go, huh? You can go play in the snow?
Yeah.
All right. Have fun.
Well done.
Yep. Have fun. What you got there? Is that a big snow chunk? Snow block? Good morning, love.
Good morning.
You snuck past the camera and went to work.
Critter needed help with getting the sawdust organized out here, so
Yeah.
wanted to come give my hand.
Critter is our sawdust gatherer, and sometimes it gets all caught toward the back of the bin and it's hard for him to get. So Kip is shoveling it to the front so that J-Bud can get it more easily. Having a simple breakfast this morning, eggs and flatbread. One of our favorite little breakfasts, huh? Sometimes we do greens like from the garden as well, but
Yep.
I don't want to go out there to get greens from the garden this morning.
It's snowy.
It's snowy. There's snow all over the covers, and it's probably not the best time to be harvesting those greens anyway.
Yeah.
So we'll have to have them another time.
Hey guys, Kip here, Homestead Living, and we're gonna do kind of a recap of our top 5 for 2020. Talk about that a good bit, and then let's talk about going forward in 2021 and share with you where we fell short, our successes, and where we want to go forward, and hopefully share some perspective about what it feels like to have goals and not accomplish those goals. In some cases, not even come close. You know, discouragement can set in and all that kind of stuff. So let's talk about that. So first, let's talk about what our top 5 were in 2020.
Yeah, so last year there were 5 things that we set out to accomplish. One was completing this add-on that we're standing in to make it livable.
Livable?
Livable. Number 2 was completing our cabin, the original, we call it our cabin. It's our original tiny house that we live in currently. Number 3 was completing our root cellar. Number 4, completing our shop. And number 5, getting our pond and swell systems working more efficiently. And
Yeah. Okay, so number 1.
so number 1, as you can tell, our addition is not being lived in yet. It is still in process.
Yeah.
However, we accomplished a lot in here. So if you were with us through all of our past videos, you saw some of what was going on with the add-on, the rocket mast system, and enclosing the tank tower. We've got flooring in mostly. The pantry is pretty much complete. Just a lot. We accomplished a lot.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And I tell you, the main thing that caused this project to even start was that our water supply for the house is in here. It's on a tower. It's a 1,500 gallon tank that's on a tower. The tower is about 10 feet tall, and it gravity feeds all the water in our house. And that was freezing every winter. So every winter we would go a day here, a day there, 2-3 days here, a week here, a week there with frozen water.
Right.
So that was, I would say, the main motivator really for this add-on.
Right.
Was to get this enclosed and get a heat source in here. And this year, no freezing.
No freezing pipes.
Pipes.
Woo! So far, so good.
We have a heat source in here. It's enclosed.
Yeah.
And now it's actually getting beautiful in here.
It is, yeah.
So that's awesome.
And we're definitely set up at this point to really hopefully quickly finish just a few more things in here to make it livable. So.
Yeah. Yeah, the add-on is, what, 90%?
Yeah, it's about 90% there.
To make it livable.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to be using 3 categories for defining what kind of progress, or lack thereof, that we've made on these projects. What are those 3 categories, hon?
Yeah, we were talking about there's kind of levels to prioritizing things, and level number 1 is just surviving. So is it livable? Can you survive with the current circumstances? and this could be in any area of homestead life or just living. And then the second level would be getting to the place of it being efficient and organized. So that's level number 2. And then last is kind of that aesthetic beauty level. So it's beautiful, it's enjoyable, you can invite people into it and bless others. Kind of a level of abundance, I guess you could say. So survival, efficiency, and beauty are the 3 levels that we're going to be using to define where we're at.
Yep. And the add-on is almost to livable.
Yes.
Next is the cabin. Where are we at with the cabin, hon?
With the cabin, we are definitely beyond survivable. We've been living in it obviously for years. It's also, for the most part, very efficient and well organized now. That was a big part of this last year, especially in the kitchen. Getting those cabinets in the kitchen was huge.
Yeah.
Much more efficient kitchen now. So there's just a few more areas of organization that need to happen inside the cabin. But we're pretty much plowing right into level 3 with the cabin, as far as thinking of ways to make it more aesthetically pleasing and better for inviting others in to fellowshipping there, making things more aesthetically pleasing is where we're at with the cabin.
And some finishing touches on organization.
Yeah.
But good progress this year.
Yeah. And we do have one other big thing going forward with the cabin. We're hoping to extend our loft to make a bigger space for the girls for bedrooms. So that's still in the works. It hasn't made the priority list yet, but maybe this year, we'll see.
Let's see if it makes the top 50.
Well, it's on the top 12 right now, so.
Right? Cool. Okay.
All right, so the root cellar is next.
Root cellar's next. Yep, we made some pretty good progress in the root cellar.
Yes.
We got pad poured all the way around the root cellar, all the way around that we wanted to. That's poured. Stairs are in.
Doors in.
Door is in. So the root cellar is actually tight. It's sealed up.
It's survivable.
It's survivable. There's a teeny bit left to do to seal around the door and things like that. And then really the only thing that's left is to add the shelving in there. Whatever kind of shelving units we want to put in there, add those in, and the root cellar will be pretty much done.
Yep.
And then after that, it's just extending the patio area to cover the root cellar.
Great.
So that's also really goes hand in hand with it though. That's almost as important as getting the shelving units in.
Yeah.
Because if we don't extend that patio, then root cellar gets too much sun on it and it heats up too much from direct sun. So we need to get that patio over it to get it shaded so it doesn't heat up so much. So that's where we're at with that.
Yep. Number 4 was the shop, and unfortunately we made no forward progress with the shop.
Dun, dun.
Yeah.
Zero. Big fat goose egg. Nada.
It needs a lot of help still.
The shop is,
It's just become a big storage room.
if you have blood pressure issues, don't walk through our shop. Because it will shoot through the roof. I don't have blood pressure issues, but when I walk through the shop, I do.
Switch sides.
Okay, so moving on from the shop, because it's not good to dwell on things that frustrate you.
Yeah, right. So the last thing was our swale and pond systems. And we did make some forward progress in the duck pond area. The pond is holding much better. Little by little it's getting better. The side that the ducks don't go on very much is not sealing very well. So Caleb's coming up with ideas to try and get them over there more. He's trying to feed them in that area. For those who don't know, it was a leaky pond that we dug, and so that he dug. So we're using the ducks to help seal the pond because their manure over time plugs in some cracks and hopefully helps their pond to hold in the long run. So, we also planted some apple trees. The orchard is not complete yet. We still have a few more trees to plant, hopefully in the spring. We just have to take care of a little water issue that relates to our driveway, which is on the top 12.
But how many trees we plant there right now?
We planted
10,
about 7 or 8, I can't remember.
I think we put in like 8 trees.
Yeah, we still have a few more to put in.
We just ordered a bunch of trees for Patreon, so those of you who are patrons,
Yes.
who are at the $40 a month or more, on our Patreon, if you're at the $40 a month level or higher, then after 3 months of being on that level, we plant a tree in your name or in thankfulness to your giving. And after it builds up for a few months, then we buy a bulk amount of trees and we go and plant that somewhere else. We don't plant those trees on our property. They don't benefit us. Those are to benefit somebody else. So we just ordered how many trees for that?
I think we've got 11.
11 trees that we've ordered that we're gonna have to go plant somewhere else.
Yeah, right. So thank you again to our patrons. We really
Yes.
appreciate your support in so many ways.
Absolutely. The main swale, the very first swale and pond that we put in, boy, 5 years ago?
Yeah, about 5 years ago.
We pretty much made no progress on that.
Great.
We tried to work on it a bit, but honestly, like, our dogs were digging up the new trees that we were planting.
Right. So you're working on the fencing for that swale.
That's right, we're working on the
Keep
fencing for that.
all the animals up,
Yeah.
and then we can get in there and really
That's right.
fix it up.
And the newer swale, we made some progress there.
Mm-hmm.
The newer swale we put in.
Yeah.
You want to share about that?
Yeah, we planted about 7 trees on the new little swale, and I've also been working on getting some perennial herbs and things for tea and medicinal purposes on the swale. Using the landscape fabric has been amazing. It kept the weeds down. So we're gonna just keep on working on that and adding plants to it. I just grabbed from plants in our kitchen garden, perennials, and transplant them out there. So hoping to just little by little fill the swale with the plants.
That's right.
Chili and chips for lunch.
Okay, so for 2021, we don't have a top 5 yet. And part of thinking through this and praying about it is it can be pretty discouraging, you know, looking at the things that we have not accomplished.
Right.
If you focus on those things that we have not accomplished and dwell on them, what does Scripture say? It says, set your mind on things above, not on things on the earth. Set your mind on things that are lovely, that are pure, that are praiseworthy, that are holy, that are wonderful. So let's be thankful for, we're choosing to be thankful for the things that have been accomplished, all the blessings we have been given. We have been blessed greatly and abundantly this year, even though I would say 2020 was a pretty poopy year. Yeah, pretty poopy year. But you know what? Things of this world will pass. So let's be thankful for all that we have been blessed with. The Father of life, who is the giver of good gifts, has blessed us with many good gifts. So moving on to 2021, probably first thing, relatively simple, is to transfer the things that we've not completed to 2021.
Yes, so we're going to keep working on our top 5 from last year. However, I'm a visionary. I'm the hopeful one. So I already have a list of 12 new projects for 2021.
So 12 plus 5 is
17. So we have a lot to look forward to. We have a lot of beneficial things in our life ahead. Things that are going to hopefully motivate us and eventually be a blessing to others once they are completed.
That's right. So hey, a real quick story. Something that could discourage us, but well, I'll just tell you the story. We're needing to start the generator. What we do is we wired our solar system, because we live on solar power, but we wired it so that when the solar gets low, when the batteries get low, or we don't have sun for a long time, we can start the generator, and then that plugs into our solar system. So then that powers our house. And it a little bit charges the batteries as well. I thought it charged the batteries more than what it does do, but Caleb and I have been experimenting with it, and it doesn't charge the batteries that much. Right. It only charges the batteries a little bit. But anyways, Caleb went to start the generator because we were low on power, and he comes in and says, smoke's coming out of the generator, it's not starting, it's just not going right. And we have one of those Honda generators with the eco setting on it, so they're really nice generators. We've had that thing for 6+ years. We've had it legitimately serviced one time. Other than that, it's just work that we've done on it. So when Caleb couldn't start it, I went, well, I better take a look at it. So I went and looked at it. I'm like, oh man, this thing is not acting right. And I said, let's check the oil. So I took the oil fill cap off, and liquid just is gushing out of the thing. I'm going, oh no. You know, this is a $1,100 generator. I just knew that that gasoline is coming out of the oil reservoir, and that's really bad. And I smelled it, and sure enough, it's gas. So this has been happening for weeks, maybe a couple months. I don't know how long it's been leaking into there, but it's been leaking. That day, I was able to take that generator and turn it into the service, a legitimate Honda servicing center, turn it in there, go to Home Depot, buy a brand new generator because of all the blessings that have come our way. So I bought a $550 generator. It's a much bigger generator, not nearly as efficient, but it can run Caleb's welder, which he's never been able to use, that was given to him from one of our subscribers as a blessing.
Right.
So we were able to afford that, and y'all willing, our generator, the Honda, will be able to get fixed.
Yeah.
So it's easy to think about that, like, oh man, that thing broke down, it's gonna cost however much money, and now it's gonna cost however much money to buy a new generator and all this stuff. Or we can go, the Father was so gracious in the timing that generator lasted as long as it did to get us the power that we needed until we could just buy a brand new one and keep on chugging along. So praise the Father, He is good.
For sure.
So that's an example. Hopefully that kind of blesses you. That was a total Yah thing. I mean, that was a total thing from the Father on the timing of all that. I can't attribute it to anything else.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us again today on the Homestead. I hope that you're somehow encouraged by us just being honest with you. Sometimes it can be discouraging when you don't accomplish your goals, but we hope that you continue to make goals because they help motivate and help you prioritize the things that need to be done. But then if you don't accomplish them, try to look back and just be thankful for what you did get done and keep moving forward. So
that's right. If you don't make a target and shoot at the target, you're never going to hit the target.
Right. Yeah, so blessings to you as you make goals for this new year. And
we pray blessing over you and yours.
Whatever you do, do it with your whole heart.